On the broadcast tonight, we look ahead at some of the fun events that you can check out around campus this Halloween weekend.
And we go around campus and talk with students in the latest installment of Ask You.
All of that and more right now on a very spooky edition of SUTV News.
Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Lindsay Smith.
And I'm Priscilla Schultz. Tuesday and Wednesday this week, the Criminal Justice Department held their Fall Advising Blitz. For those unfamiliar with the department holds mandatory walk-in advising where students can get their registration pin for their upcoming semester, along with career and internship opportunities from local agencies. We had the chance to talk with one such agency. Let's hear from the York County Department of Probation Services.
So my name is Laura Westover. I am the Community Outreach and Engagement Coordinator for York County Department of Probation Services. I was here today for the CJ Advising Blitz. Buster and I had the opportunity to interact with students who are looking for internships or exploring what their opportunities are when they graduate from college to see what jobs they may or may not be interested in. We had the opportunity to do a presentation on probation work, both adult and juvenile, and working with facility dogs.
The Page Center is once again hosting the beloved cult classic, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, this Halloween weekend. And cast and crew are currently hard at work for their upcoming performances at the Memorial Auditorium. Here's what cast member Jenna Cornell had to say about the performance.
Hi, my name is Jenna Cornell, and I play Frankenfurter in Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you're interested in coming to see Rocky Horror, you can expect a really fun, exciting show that is about a bunch of aliens who are in a sex cult, basically. And it's a lot of dancing, a lot of music. It's very fun, very interactive with the crowd. So if you're interested, please come and see it. My experience has been very positive. Rocky is always very welcoming and very open. I always meet a lot of new people that I wouldn't know otherwise, and it's just a really fun time. So if you also want to be in the show next year, please keep it in mind.
If you are interested in seeing the performances live, showings are offered Friday through Sunday starting at 8:30 in the Memorial Auditorium. Doors open at 8 p.m. The Shippensburg University community came together on Monday to offer some spooky fun for the kids. The event was held earlier this week in and around the Fountain of Old Main and had multiple tables lined up across the yard. Treats No Tricks is an annual event that brings together students from the athletics, Greek life, and other organizations from all around campus to run activities and hand out candy to kids to the local community. The event saw a massive turnout of ghosts and ghouls, but also an appearance from Shippensburg's very own Ken and Barbie, with President Charles Patterson and First Lady Colleen Patterson joining in on the fun.
For this year's Halloween season, one local business is hosting their annual costume contest with a twist. Here with more is SUTV's Brianna Webb.
It's spooky season, and that means everything from costumes to candy and fun. But what's more fun than winning a free $100 gift card? The pet store located in Chambersburg, PA is currently hosting their annual Halloween costume contest. Enter by sending a picture of you and your pet dressed for the spooky occasion to the Pet Store Chambersburg Facebook page for a chance to win a free $100 gift card. Second place winners will receive $50 and third place will receive $25. The gift card is exclusive to the pet store, which allows you to purchase items like these: hamster wheels, chew toys, treats, and even a new hoodie for your pup for the upcoming winter season. The possibilities for you and your pet are endless, whether they walk, crawl, or fly. Winners will be picked on Halloween evening, so don't wait. Enter now. Brianna Webb, SUTV News.
If you have a fear of clowns, then this Sunday will give you a chance to face your fears. The association, also known as RHA, is switching up their annual haunted house this year. For the first time ever, the event will be held in Henderson Gymnasium, located behind Old Main, and the theme is called Escape from the Funhouse. In years prior, the event has been held on the rail trail, but RHA President Adam Beam told us, quote, "Henderson will give us much more control over the elements and the scares," end quote. If you wish to attend the first ever Haunted Henderson, the event will begin at 8 p.m. on Sunday, October 29th, and will run till 11 p.m. Let's switch things up from the Halloween-themed news with the latest Ask You episode. Here is Fred with the question of the week.
Welcome back to Ask You. With 2 coffee shops on campus, the question is clear. Dunkin' or Starbucks? Which one wins the campus vote? Let's stir the pot with this caffeine debate.
I like Starbucks drinks better, and then Dunkin's food is better.
It's gotta be Dunkin', man.
I think Dunkin' coffee is better, but I like Starbucks food.
Starbucks is good for you. I only get Frappuccinos, guys. I don't even like coffee.
I'd rather have Starbucks. I drink 3 shots of Americano in my venti, so I don't really play when it comes to caffeine.
I like Dunkin' Donuts better because I believe they have better pricing, better food, and a better reward system for their customers.
If you're using your meal and flex, you can use it at Dunkin'. You can't use it at Starbucks.
Food and drink, Dunkin's the way to go.
I say Starbucks because I feel like whenever I go to Dunkin', it's very hit or miss, and when I go to Starbucks, I usually get what I want.
I like Starbucks more because they have the bacon and Gouda breakfast sandwiches.
I like Starbucks better only because of the strawberry acai I get desserts when I come here.
I would definitely say Starbucks just because they're a little bit more transparent with what has milk and what doesn't have milk. I'm lactose intolerant.
Starbucks.
I worked at a Starbucks, but I'm going to say Dunkin'. That's the tea.
I had to switch over to Dunkin' Donuts. It's cheaper, it's more convenient, and they make my coffee perfect every time. No hassle.
I would say Dunkin' because they have more of a variety, and I love Tammy, and she's, cooking up some mad stuff.
I have currently 1,000 stars on the Starbucks app. I go there almost every day.
I've always been a Starbucks over Dunkin' person.
The other day he went there 3 times in one day.
It's good, and the people are nice.
Dunkin's definitely better. Hash browns better, food better. I just like it better.
Dunkin' for sure.
We choose Starbucks.
Dunkin'. Starbucks for me.
I'd say Dunkin'.
I'd say Dunkin'.
I say Starbucks still, but
Thanks for tuning in to Ask You. I'm Frederick Hardman, and as always, stay caffeinated, my friends. We'll see you next week.
Coming up next, we'll have a recap of the best spooky movies from this year that you should be streaming this weekend.
And before you go donning in pink skirts and blonde wigs, make sure the SAG-AFTRA is okay with it. When we come back with more SUTV news.
Are you failing a class or don't know what you're doing? You're in luck. Shippensburg Primary Academic Resource Center is free to all SHIP students. The Student Success Center, also known as the Learning Center, is located on the first floor of Mowry Hall. The center provides a variety of services, including course-based tutoring, writing tutoring, and learning specialists. To schedule an in-person or Zoom appointment, visit the Student Success Center collaborative website, ship.campus.eab.com. I'm Will Nicholson with SUTV.
Are you having a hard time focusing on your work? Why not check out the Ezra Lehman Memorial Library? The library has many resources like the IT desk on the main floor. For computer assistants, see the experts. Need to print in black and white or color? Don't worry, the library offers both options on different floors. You can use the bottom floor for group work and the top floor for when you need silence. Don't forget to stop by Starbucks. Check out library.ship.edu for more information. This is a public service announcement from SUTV.
Well, it's almost November and the leaves are lining the campus sidewalks.
All the trees are like orange, yellow, red, and it's making me very happy right now.
I know, I wish the leaves could stay longer, honestly. They make the campus so pretty.
Yeah, me too. But for now, let's send it over to Allison Ritchie, our invisible weather woman, for this week's weather.
Priscilla, if I'm going to be completely transparent, I think this week has been too warm for the end of October. We saw a little bit of that today with a generous high of 78. It sure was a great day to be outside. Friday will be much of the same story with intervals of clouds and sunshine for a high of 78 again, and a low at night around 60. This Hallow weekend will be the warmest weekend we will see until springtime. There may be some intervals of cloudiness, but Saturday and Sunday will remain pleasantly warm. As we enter the week ahead, Monday will be cloudier and cooler with a couple of possible showers. Halloween on Tuesday, we may unfortunately see a few showers too with a cool high of 50. Trick-or-treaters may want to take an umbrella with them. With that, I hope everyone has a fun and safe Halloween weekend. I'm Allison Ritchie, and up next is Alexander Haig with this week's entertainment.
Halloween is right around the corner, and for those looking for your last-minute costumes, look no further than 2023's most popular outfits to wear this spooky season. The majority of the top 10 list is filled with Halloween classics like Bunny, Ninja, Cowboy, and Dinosaur taking spots 10 through 7. Then costumes 4 and 5 go to some pretty magical costumes being fairies and witches. Classic costume that can't be beat for number 2 is, of course, the princess. In a year of pop culture, it's no wonder that these few were selected. Before we announce this list, be aware, Taylor Swift is not in the top 10 and is in fact the 22nd spot. Talk about feeling 22, Taylor. Of these pop culture icons on top include Wednesday Addams at number 6, Spider-Man at number 3, and Barbie as number 1. SAG-AFTRA is on strike this Halloween, leaving members both confused and upset. SAG-AFTRA is encouraging people to choose costumes that are generic in nature, such as zombies or spiders, or dress up as characters from entertainment from shows and movies not struck by the strike. Many people were confused by this message, including Ryan Reynolds, who poked fun at the guidelines on social media, saying, quote, "I look forward to screaming scab at my daughter this Halloween. She's not in the union, but needs to learn." Singer and actress Mandy Moore and ex-SAG president Melissa Gilbert both posted on social media a call to action, asking for them to get back to negotiations instead of focusing on Halloween costumes. After Ryan Reynolds' post, SAG-AFTRA clarified their suggested guidelines were for adults only and were not intended for children. Since Halloween is approaching, here are some recent horror movies that came out this year. Talk to Me, made by Raka Raka, an Australian YouTube channel pioneered by two twin brothers, is about a group of teenagers who contact spirits using an embalmed hand. Not only was this Raka Raka's directorial debut, but also garnered a lot of praise from critics, and the sequel and prequel are already in development. Skinamarink, which is also a YouTuber's directorial debut, follows two children as they wake up during the night, can't find their father, and notice the windows and doors in their house are disappearing. If you'd like to watch the concept of this film, called Heck, it is uploaded on Bite-Sized Nightmares, their director's YouTube channel. The Blackening, which is a dark comedy slasher film, is about a group of black friends staying in a cabin in the woods who were targeted by a mass killer on Juneteenth. The film was praised for its satire on horror tropes as well as racial stereotypes. You're wondering who dies first. All I can tell you is they can't all die first. Megan, an artificial intelligent doll who is programmed to be a little girl's greatest companion, a parent's greatest ally, who takes her programs to the extreme. Without a doubt, this week has one of the year's biggest horror releases. The long-awaited adaptation of Five Nights at Freddy's will be in theaters and streaming on Peacock starting tomorrow. The film stars Matthew Lillard, Josh Hutcherson, and fully practical animatronics, courtesy of Jim Henson's Creature Shop. While early reviews have been mixed, the film has reportedly already made its money back through distribution rights and streaming. That'll do it for this week's entertainment. I'm Alexander Haig. Now back to Lindsay and Priscilla at the desk.
Up next in sports, we have a recap of Shippensburg football teams, university, and high school.
And one football fan was in for a big surprise during this weekend's game against the Colts and the Browns when we come back.
Here at Multicultural Student Affairs, we value every student. No matter your race or ethnicity, you are guaranteed a home here. MSA offers many resources: a place to study, a place to meditate, a place to socialize, or a safe place to communicate issues or talk with a faculty member. Come down to Gilbert Hall today and join our family. Our roots run deep. Why not grow together? This is a public service announcement from MSA.
If you're looking for a way to get involved and inform the community, student media is the place to be. With SHIP's award-winning newspaper, The Slate, Emmy-winning television station, SUTV, campus radio station, 88.7 WSYC, and Public Relations Society, PRSSA, no matter what you're interested in, student media has something for you. Visit the second floor of the Cub or Roland Hall for more information. This is a public service message from SUTV.
Even though I'm wearing a baseball helmet tonight, we're going to start on the gridiron. Shippensburg took the narrow victory against Millersville this past weekend at Seth Grove Stadium. The Raiders' defense dominated after allowing only 7 points to their rival as linebacker Javon M. Cruz shined with a career high in tackles. Shippensburg took a 13-0 lead, followed by an intense comeback effort by Millersville to tie the game. The Raiders' defense stepped up late in the game, successfully preventing a potential game-tying drive by Millersville on a failed fourth down conversion. The Raiders will hit the road to take on East Stroudsburg before returning home for the homecoming game on November 4th. Now let's jump over to the world of high school football in Shippensburg. The Greyhounds were coming off a loss and wanted to set the tone early, and they did just that behind a 14-0 lead going into halftime. The Greyhounds would hold on to the lead for a final score of 27-0 and improved to 4-5 on the season behind some impressive performances. Junior running back Janye Statham would lead the way with 144 rushing yards and a touchdown. Fullback Patrick Eichelberger would also have 2 rushing touchdowns. Quarterback Bracy Masajewski would also throw 1 passing touchdown to Mark Carruthers. The Greyhounds will prepare for their final game of the season tomorrow night at Greencastle Antrim. Catch the action in person or follow the coverage online. Shippensburg volleyball falls to Pitts Johnstown Tuesday night in a 3-1 loss. Early in the first set, the Raiders went on a 5-0 run that the Mountain Cats ultimately would not be able to recover from. The second set was a back-and-forth battle where the teams were tied at a total of 14 times until Pitt Johnstown went on a 5-0 run to end the set. The Raiders started the third set hot, going 5 for 2 against the Mountain Cats. Much like the second, this set stayed close until Pitt Johnstown had a 7-0 run that would keep them in the lead and secure them a 2-1 advantage in the match. The fourth set followed suit as the Raiders stayed neck and neck with the Mountain Cats. After another 5-0 run, Pitt Johnstown would secure the win over Shippensburg. The Raiders will travel to West Chester tomorrow night at 7 o'clock to take on the Golden Rams. For live coverage, visit the PSAC Sports Digital Network. The Cleveland Browns had a lot more to celebrate on Sunday besides just a big road win. It happened during Sunday's football game against the Colts in Indianapolis. Tylen Jones was at the game to see her cousin NFL wide receiver David Bell play for the Browns, but Jones went into labor at the game. Medics at Lucas Oil Stadium helped deliver the baby. They had never delivered a baby at the stadium before. This is Jones' third child. Jones says she is thankful for what the medics did and is still overwhelmed about what had occurred. Jones says she and her daughter Kamari are doing well and says her family got 2 wins on Sunday, the birth of Kamari and the Browns beating the Colts 39-38. That'll do it for this week's sports recap. I'm Ben Willie. Now back to Lindsay and Priscilla at the desk.
Closing us out tonight, have you ever wondered what candies dominate on Halloween night here in PA?
If you want to find out, stick with us after this quick break.
Are you a commuter that feels disconnected? Then stop by the Commuter Lounge in Cub 209 to learn more about opportunities to get involved in Shippensburg. Check out the lounge space to socialize with other commuters with a kitchenette, computers, games, and more. Get involved in the community and meet fellow commuters through the Raider Neighbor program. Never miss a moment at SHIP. Learn how to become a part of the commuter community by emailing Bridget Allen at bcallen@ship.edu. This is a public service announcement from SUTV.
From candy corn to Kit Kats, the most coveted treats may be tricks this Halloween, depending on the state. CandyStore.com released data based on its bulk candy sales to determine the favorite Halloween sweets in each state and nationwide. The most popular candy across the country was Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the chocolate and peanut butter confection that also the favorite of Kentucky, Florida, and New Hampshire. M&M's and Hot Tamales took spots 2 and 3, and candy corn made a surprising comeback in the top 10, and it was Utah's favorite. And in case you were wondering, the most popular candy you'll find door to door here in Pennsylvania are Hershey's mini bars, M&M's, and Skittles. According to the National Retail Federation, Halloween candy sales are expected to reach $3.6 billion this year.
So Priscilla, what's your favorite candy?
I mean, not to hop on the bandwagon, but I love Reese's. Peanut butter cups are my favorite.
Yeah, I love Twix.
Yeah,
They're my favorite.
That is a good one too. But that is it for SUTV News. I'm Priscilla Schultz.
And I'm Lindsay Smith. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News, and check out our website, sutvnews.org.
We'll see you next week. Good night and happy Halloween.